Bollywood produces more films than anywhere else in the world. But every year, this industry loses nearly $1 billion in revenue due to film piracy. Indian authorities are cracking down on piracy, but say more needs to be done from within the industry. I'm Fauzia Ibrahim. On this edition of 101 East, we look at the darker side of glamorous Bollywood. For a long time, Bollywood and the Indian mafia have been closely linked. Reports say film piracy helps to fund organized crime. Chantal Cho reports on the connection between Bollywood, piracy and the underworld.
My name is Nakul Mehta. I'm an actor by profession and 26 years old, sort of working towards a career in feature films. I think piracy is something which will be a constant challenge which you will have to sort of struggle with. It is an extremely tough force you're fighting, but that doesn't mean you stop fighting.
But the fight against piracy in India is a tough fight. Not only does Bollywood bleed revenue, pirated films have become a lucrative business for organized crime syndicates.
If you're buying a pirated product, in fact, you are encouraging all the mafia activities and terrorist activities.
These pirated DVDs, don't watch them. We are putting our blood and soul when we make films.
There's no way piracy can be totally stopped. There are too many powerful people involved.
Mumbai, the heartbeat of India's entertainment scene. Bollywood churns out more movies a year than Hollywood, but earns just 2% of its revenue. The industry loses more than 500,000 jobs and nearly $1 billion each year to piracy and counterfeiting. These figures are based on a 2008 report by the US India Business Council and Ernst & Young.
India each year makes more than 1,000 movies. It's difficult to release the movies the same time, same day across the length and breadth of the country. So by the time the movie prints move from a big city like Mumbai onto the smaller towns, in between the pirates sort of take over and copies get made.
The reports indicate that the pirated film sector makes 4 times more money than the Indian film industry itself. With such high stakes, no wonder the film fraternity has been crying foul for years, but it's now faced with the ugly truth that much of the rot comes from within.
Definitely, there's a big mafia involved in the whole thing. This cannot be work of 1 or 2 laymen.
In September, Mumbai police arrested 4 senior employees of some of India's biggest movie production houses for pirating a recent Bollywood film, What's Your Rashi? We found its pirated DVD and many others that were currently screening openly available in the streets of Mumbai. From its investigations, the Mumbai Police Crime Branch found connections between industry insiders and piracy rackets run from Karachi in Pakistan. This is the warehouse of Shimaru Entertainment, one of India's biggest film production and distribution companies. One of those arrested for piracy was its former head of overseas distribution.
On top level, mafia is definitely involved in the piracy. It's coming from the cross border basically. I mean, majorly it takes place from UAE, Pakistan. They make a 1 copy and send it across, and then you make million copy out of that, you know. And there is a proper kind of the distribution chain is there.
The man allegedly behind the shady business is India's organized crime godfather, Dawood Ibrahim. His empire of film piracy network generates funds for his crime syndicate, according to US research group Rand Corporation. Indian intelligence believes he supported the gunmen responsible for last November's Mumbai attacks. It also links him to the 1993 bombings in Mumbai that killed more than 200 people. Such is the intrigue behind the man. Bollywood made a trilogy based on his organization, D Company. Today, Dawood Ibrahim is also wanted by Interpol, which lists his address in Karachi, something Pakistan denies. While the Indian authorities have arrested suspected associates of Dawood Ibrahim in recent times, the industry has yet to really free itself from the mafia's clutches.
They definitely hire people. They give them incentives that you should do it for us. It's a very lucrative thing. So this, for them, it's easy money. But basically, it's Bollywood which is bleeding.
To protect the industry, India introduced a law on piracy this year, but critics are not confident of its effectiveness.
There is a strict law is available, but it has been not enforced forcefully. When we go in the rural India, and we do find that when we complain to the authority, they do also have a lot more ignorance or the casual attitude towards the piracy.
So meanwhile, pirated DVD stalls continue to operate across the country. One vendor spoke with us on the condition that we do not reveal his identity.
If the police comes, they fine us. We just pay it and consider it part of our costs. I can get copies of films 3 or 4 days after the theatre release. They are the best quality prints. The suppliers telephone me when there are new films. They bring a copy to show me, and I'll just tell them if I want to stock it. I don't know where they get it from. They don't tell us. I buy it for, say, 60 cents and sell it for double the amount, and the profit goes to me. I can sell 40 to 60 DVDs a day. The money is good.
I feel very pathetic when I see that, when I walk on the street and I see my own product available at the dirt cheap rate and people don't value it.
If your producers and distributors are not making the kind of money they ought to make from a certain product, that'll show in the next production. They would not sort of want to take a risk of working with say, a newer talent. It'll also affect us as an audience in the future. You will not get to see the kind of work which people would sort of ideally want to show to you.
If the producer survives, only then the workers will survive. It's because if the producer doesn't make money, the distributors don't make money, the exhibitors don't make money. So who's going to make films?
Until the film industry cleans up its act, until the public stops providing demand for pirated films, that question will stay unanswered. In the meantime, India's pirated film sector remains a gold mine for organised crime.
This week, 101 East comes to you from the Paradise Cinema in Mumbai, India. And joining us on the panel is the president of the Indian Motion Picture Producers Association, T.P. Agarwal. We also have the CEO of Shamaru Entertainment Group, Hiren Gada. And finally, culture editor of the Hindustan newspaper, Mayank Shekhar. Thank you very much for joining us today. TP, if I can just start with you. We're talking about piracy within the Bollywood industry. Just how rampant is it?
Actually, it is too much. The complete industry in India is now going through the losses of more than 1,000 crore rupees, only because of the piracy. It can be piracy on the DVDs, it can be piracy on the internet, but it is definitely going to give a lot of losses.
New laws have been introduced, though, to try and crack down within the industry itself.
Yes.
Here, have those laws worked at all?
The government is still formalizing the whole process, how to, they're notifying various things and even getting it into the authorities, the enforcement agencies. So I think it will still take time to translate into the action still. Of course, the intent is there, and I think the laws definitely coming in is the right step in the right direction.
Mayank, are you just as optimistic that the laws will work, that the authorities will be able to root out piracy within Bollywood?
I really don't think so. No? I think, especially now with the way internet has been, how you can download movies, how you can pretty much burn anything onto a CD and pass it on. It will be impossible for disorganized industries like Bollywood to actually put a curb on piracy.
TP, do you share the same pessimism?
See, the thing is this, in that not only Bollywood, the complete film industry from complete world has to come together, isn't it? Sure. And we have to see that how we can curb it at the internet level. Sure. Because if it is curbed there, I think it should be. See, although it is very good, you have movies on the internet, more and more people are watching it. But if it is curbed, and out of that money producers also get, I think that's the biggest thing. The producers, they should also get money.
Hiran, how do foreign companies or distribution companies like your partners, Sony Entertainment in the USA, how do they view the piracy situation here in Bollywood?
Well, I think overall the international players have a extremely cautious view on the Indian market, primarily due to piracy. And it's not only Indian market, across a lot of other markets in the world, whether it's China or any other market, piracy is a key concern that even the international players are looking at. And having said that, I agree with TP that the industry has to come together and find a just and fair way of funding the fight against piracy, because I think one key thing that why being an unorganized industry, we are not able to come together and fight it at a common platform or a common forum.
We'll hold that thought for just a while. We're going to take a break now, and when we come back we'll have more on piracy and the mafia in Bollywood in Mumbai, India. Stay tuned to 101 East.